Hey again, everyone. Now, if you haven't seen the recent records I've uploaded, you're probably thinking, what kind of clickbait title video is this? Or something along those lines. Probably doesn't help if I point out that this definitely isn't a speedrun either. But it's definitely not clickbait. Just like the Origins video, as well as Moon and Revelations, this is another world record that can never be beaten. I'm the first person in the world to do the Easter egg on the lowest round that has ever been, or will ever be, done. In fact, let's go ahead and continue the same game from those videos as well, where you guys go ahead and pause the video, then comment down below what round you think I'll finish the Easter egg on. Then see if anyone manages to guess it correctly. But onto the run. When I first spawn, I go ahead and shoot the mannequin heads off. I'll do this as I go through the map, but I'll make sure to leave just one that I'll shoot later on at a specific time. There's only two things needed for this run. First one is shopping free. With it, I go ahead and run this particular path through the map after getting that second code from the APD interrogation, since the first one's always the same 7626. Now, I was originally planning to upload this other crazy run I recently pulled off that I'm extremely proud of, but with all the new BO7 stuff going on due to the new map, I decided to hold off on that one so that it doesn't get buried among all that. So if you guys haven't, make sure to subscribe, and I promise that that'll be the next video I drop with plenty more in store after that. It's a big help to do like I do and pick up the Galvanuckles during the shopping free. Once the shopping free ends, I continue to sprint around the map for a moment just to get the dogs that were chasing me to despawn and turn into zombies. Then just grab any parts I can for the shield, telepads, as well as the ray gun kit. Then back down below, go ahead and start the lockdown. Up till now, I haven't killed any of my zombies, and during the lockdown, the goal is to kill the Nova Crawlers as quickly as possible to avoid them turning all of my zombies. Once the lockdown finishes, go ahead and kill the zombies that have been turned, but that still leaves me with a fair amount of normal zombies. Afterwards, go towards storage and then APD control to get the last parts for the kit, shoot a few more mannequin heads, and then the third code plus the key for the final one. Once I'm all the way back up top, I hang out for a moment because these white Nova crawlers will start spawning around the area on the roofs. When they do, this also causes some extra zombies to spawn in as well, so I give each of them a moment before killing them. Then go over to the Yellow House and get the final code, and then also build the shield. When turning the valves, it causes up to 4 of the turned zombies to spawn, which I'll hoard up with the rest of my zombies and then just respawn them. This way it turns them into normal zombies. I do this a few more times as I'm turning the rest of the valves, so by this point I'm already well above the cap for the zombies that I can have spawned in. But all of this is overkill at this point, since I definitely don't need this many to do everything that I'm about to do on round 1. Once all the valves are turned, I find the TV that's on and then just respawn all my zombies again so that it gives me the number. Once it does, I just do the same for the remaining 3 TVs. This way I have the code for the Mark II. Now, this mannequin head in particular is the only one that I haven't shot yet, but it's just personal choice. The only important thing is that there is one left. Before I flipped around though, it's extremely important that I go ahead and pick up the Solid Wallby. This is where the second thing comes into play that allows me to do this Easter egg solo: bullet boost. The most trouble I had when originally working out how to do this run was that packing to get turned basically made it nearly impossible to actually turn zombies. Everything would just kill. Till a friend in stream actually pointed out that you can use bullet boost even if your gun isn't packed. So only important thing is to get turned from bullet boost ASAP. Can't do anything else until I flip the round. As soon as round 2 starts, I go ahead and put in the 4 codes.
Or I try to, but it takes ages for Rushmore to stop talking.
Also, go ahead and pop bullet boost, and it gave me what I needed, the turned. Then go ahead and put the code in to unlock the ray gun frames as well. I do plan to build the Mark V, or the ray gun that has infinite ammo, so I'll go ahead and put dead wire on the ICR and pick up the canister for it. I'll finish the rest of that in a moment, but while I'm down here, I go ahead and find the TV that's on and melee a zombie near it with the Galvanuckles so I can get my clock codes. Give it a moment to finish, and then I just set all my clocks to the correct times and then get the time from the final clock so I can put it in the Rushmore in a second. Pause that a moment and finish up shooting with dead wire for the canister so that all I need to finish it is the kills. Then over to Rushmore and go ahead and put in the clock code.
Then wait another 10 years for him to finally stop talking.
And then start the Nova Crawler step. This part's extremely easy to do this low, and if you're ever short on points, it's a good time to go ahead and farm some since you basically have unlimited zombies. Now we just lead our clingy toxic friend here up until he decides to dip out and jump through a window. Since I left all the zombies alive, which is something that is important as well, I have plenty to just respawn to finish off the canister kills here. This way I can pick up the ray gun at any point from now on. Alright, on to the robot step. Activate it, then get it over near the door so that I can scare Marlton and he can give me the canister. Place it, then hurry over to activate Rushmore again before the robot ends up killing all the zombies. This is why it was important that I left them all after doing the red Nova Crawler step. Now, as soon as the zombies start spawning back in, this is when I go ahead and shoot that last mannequin head off. Because at this point, I can't do anything else for the Easter egg until round 4. So next round, I'll just do the free perk side Easter egg, although I don't need the perk. It's just a fun way to waste a round. Plus, this avoids any chance of the robot still being alive and actually ending the round itself. Once round 4 starts, now I can continue with the Easter egg, with the most annoying step. But eventually, after about 15 minutes of trying to get it to blast when I needed it to, finally get the Nova Crawler to blast so that it hits the panel. And then we just activate it, use the telepad, and dash over to the panel near Rushmore. Next, I need to get the 3 codes with the turned, which is where the bullet boosted came in clutch. As soon as I turn a zombie, I run away to limit the amount of zombies it kills, and then just circle back to get the code. Once I've done that for the other 2 codes, I go ahead and put them into Rushmore. Next, he turns off the power, so I have to go hit 4 of the switches before turning power back on. And then, surprise, go talk to Rushmore again. While he goes on for another 10-minute rant, I finally pick up the ray gun and pack it. Then just go find the areas that I need to do the lockdowns in. I don't bother killing anything during this, which just leaves them as normal zombies when the lockdown ends. Pick up the body part, then do the other 2 lockdowns the same way before placing all 3 of the parts down here. Only 1 step left to go before boss, and that's the orb escort. Doing it this low, since we've put in so many codes this round, I'm unable to use the free Undead Man Walking for this, but since it's only round 4, it's not really an issue. Now just follow the orb as it takes the absolute most scenic route it can to finally end up here where I place the parts. After talking to Rushmore one last time, it's down to the APD to start the boss. The first part of this is just to get a handful of kills until we release the Lightning Man. Once he actually starts following me around, now comes the slow part. The problem with doing the boss fight on round 4 is that it takes ages for the zombies to actually spawn in. For anyone who doesn't know, when you start the soul capture step, he'll continuously drain souls from it as you're filling it up. So it's better to get all your zombies trained up, then activate it and kill them all really quickly, rather than activate it right away and have to slowly kill as the zombies slowly spawn in. Aside from having to spend a moment training the zombies up before activating each of the soul collectors, the fight is extremely easy, so I just go ahead and fill up diner, then storage, and finally beds. Last thing is getting him over near the APD. Once he's over here, I suddenly reenact what it must have looked like when I got in trouble and my granny had her switch out.
Boy, I done told you. You think you could just shout me and get away with it? I'm gonna learn you real good today. If you run, it's gonna be twice as bad. Now get your butt back in there right now.
And there you guys have it. Round 4 Alpha Omega Easter egg. Once again, thank you guys for sticking around through this, and I hope to see you all in the next one. But until then, we'll catch you all later.